Hi guys, it's Jacqueline. Welcome back to my channel. Got another haul video for you today. I did participate in the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, so here are a few things that I did pick up. Let's just go ahead and start with the base and work our way up to the eyes. I did pick up 3 foundations. I picked up the Smashbox Halo Healthy Glow Foundation. I got mine in the shade Light. I do like this one. I don't think it's a favorite, but I mean, so far I am enjoying this. Next I got the Estee Lauder Futuristic Hydra Rescue, and I got mine in the shade Bone. And I think out of the foundations that I did pick up in the sale, this is my favorite. I like it. It's very skin-like, very lightweight, so definitely is something I'm going to enjoy using. And the last one I picked up is the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Powder Foundation. I have mine in the shade Cashmere. And I'm still deciding whether or not I like this. I don't think it's a favorite. I mean, I know for more dry skin, it's probably not a good idea. I mean, powder foundations don't really work well unless you have a really good base. I'm actually wearing this one today over my ColourPop Tinted Moisturizer, and I am liking it over that with like a light buffing. But I'm still trying to decide whether or not I actually like this. Moving on to concealers, I also picked up the Bare Minerals. This is the Multitasking Concealer in the shade Bisque. Again, I'm still deciding whether or not I like it. I love it when I can put on I don't know if the camera will pick it up or not, but I'm liking to be able to use a brush and just like buff it over for kind of like an airbrush effect. But I'm not sure if I like it like by the end of the day, but I do love it upon initial application. And what I find with just the Bare Minerals, there's always a learning curve to how to use their products, but once I learn how to use it, they quickly become favorites in my collection. I know a lot of my favorite makeup right now is Bare Minerals. I also picked up their stick concealer in the shade Fair Light Neutral, and again, so far, this is just one of those things where, you know, one of those products that I'm still deciding whether or not I like it. I think I'm still in the learning curve, but so far I am enjoying it. I'm not wearing it today, but I'm enjoying it so far, especially with, again, my ColourPop Tinted Moisturizer. Let's move on to my next stash of products I'm going to bring closer to me. I got the Cover FX Bronzer Duo in the shade Sunkissed Bronze. It is a little bit deep. I believe I got either the lightest or the second lightest shade they have, but it does blend out beautifully, especially if you use a light hand, and I especially love the glowy side. I also picked up the Cover FX Monochromatic Blush Duo in the shade Soft Peach. I have 2 other shades in my collection already, and I absolutely love them. It's one of those products that's not too intense, but not too soft either, especially when you mix the colors together. If I want a glowy blush or a matte blush, it's definitely right here. And then with that came a gift with purchase, which is the Cover FX High Performing Setting Spray. I honestly don't like this. It's the end of the day. At the time I am filming this, I put this on this morning, and I still feel the residue for that, and it feels like there's something sticky on your face that's not supposed to be there, so I definitely will not be purchasing a full size of this one, and actually it's almost gone, so it'll be at an empties coming up here probably by the end of the year. But yeah, I'm not liking this at all, so I'm glad I did not purchase this. Next, I picked up a couple of Jaclyn Cosmetics products. I was very hesitant for a long time to buy her products just because the whole lipstick incident kind of freaked me out. But I have to say, I'm loving it. The first item I picked up is just the Bronze and Blush Duo. This is in the shade Lilac Love and Top Tan. I really like how the shades that picked out, like, it's very descriptive on Ulta's website on what to use for what skin tone. And at first I thought that this might be a little bit light of a bronzer, just because most of my bronzers are a little bit deeper, but what I find is that this is the absolute perfect shade of blush, the perfect shade of bronze. I mean, I cannot get a more flawless effect, and quite honestly, I think this has just made its way to my favorite bronzer and even blush in my collection, for sure bronzer. So this has quickly become a favorite of mine. I also picked up the Jacqueline loose highlight in the shade High Volt. I was a little bit intimidated by a loose highlighter, but comes out very soft, and it's very, very beautiful on the skin. Let me see. I might be able to get a swatch. Let's see if I can get this out. Oh yeah. Here it is. It's like the perfect shade of pink. Hopefully, with the lighting right now, I do use natural light. Hopefully that'll pick up. I don't know if it will or not, but it is like the perfect like rose goldy, like champagne-y color, and it's not too intense either. So again, something that I may just become a favorite. I wouldn't say this one's quite a favorite yet in my collection, but definitely something that could easily become a favorite, and this just makes me want to try more from the line. Next up, I picked up the Ofra liquid lipsticks in the Nude set. I've got the shade Dubai, Beryl, and Manila. I'll go ahead and swatch these really quick. Again, I love it. I've been getting into Ofra Cosmetics recently. It's only been the last couple months that I've tried their products, and so far I am in love with their products, and I'm wearing the Ofra liquid lips, the Ofra one today. I believe I have on the shade, I don't know if it's Dubai or Manila. I can't, it's hard to tell in the pan because they look so similar, but on the lips and even swatch they look slightly different. But when they're on, they're beautiful, and they don't feel like they're drying on the lips either. So we've got Dubai, Bel Air, and Manila. I believe that's the order of which they're in, but they're just so beautiful, so stunning, and last without a problem. I've only had one reapplication today, and quite honestly, I just did that just so I have a fresh application to film today. Again, I may have gotten the order wrong. I can't tell now because they're back in, they're just put back. Last up, I picked up 3 eyeshadow palettes. Now I'm so glad that I picked these up. The first one is the Persona Identity palette. This was one of those a YouTuber made me buy it. I believe I got it off of Kelly Gooch's recommendation, but oh my gosh, they are so stunning. They are gorgeous. And this eyeshadow palette is made specifically for brown eyes. They make my eyes pop. I have not put this palette down since I got it, and it's just so perfect for the fall time. I also picked up the Too Faced Born This Way Natural Nudes palette, which again, it's another stunning palette. I was a little intimidated at first because when I got the palette, initially swatched it, the eyeshadows turned out really gritty, and I'm like, oh no, you know, if you've been around my channel long enough, you know that my pet peeve in eyeshadows is gritty eyeshadows. But once they blend out, you have to use your finger, but then they go on the lid, they go on so stunning. They're so beautiful, you know, it's more of a you have to swipe, not tap kind of thing, but they are so beautiful. They last all day, they don't budge, and they are just so perfect on the lids, despite the fact that they are gritty, because most gritty eyeshadows typically don't work at all. And the next eyeshadow palette I picked up is the Anastasia Norvina palette. I finally picked this up. I'm way late to the game on this one, but I'm like, you know what the heck, you know, it was there, so I did pick up this one. I haven't really gotten a chance to test it out because I just got it in the mail like 2 days ago, and I've only worn it once, and I only wore the shade Rose Gold with Love in the crease. But so far, I'm loving it. I'm loving looks I've seen other people do with it. I've been watching other YouTubers all day, see what kind of looks they create, try to get inspiration. I usually do that when I get a new eyeshadow palette. I'll like spend a little bit of time watching other YouTubers, and then I get inspired by watching other people do their makeup, and it just kind of inspires me to come up with my own creativity. So from what I've seen on YouTube and the 2 eyeshadows that I did try, I'm enjoying the palette so far, and they swatch so beautifully, and these tones are like right up my alley. They're like the purples, the rose golds, the pink tones. They're very neutral, and they're a little bit neutral warm even, which is just something I love so much. And a lot of people are saying this is a fall palette. I don't think so. I think this more for me would be more of a spring palette, but again, just so stunning. And that's everything I bought in my Ulta haul. So I totally forgot to show you guys the makeup tools that I picked up during the sale. I don't know how that skipped my mind because these are the ones I am most excited for, and particularly this one. This is the It Cosmetics brushes. I absolutely love their brushes. I don't buy a whole lot of high-end brushes. I usually just let myself get them in the BoxyCharm each month. But these I love, and I just had to snag them on the sale. I haven't tried these 2 yet, but these 3 are gorgeous. This one here is great for like an airbrush concealer, and then I'm loving like this one for a blending brush, and then this one just for tapering in or getting deeper in the crease. So I am absolutely obsessed with these brushes. I also picked up the Beauty Blender. It's definitely messy right now, so I'm not even going to bother taking it out of the packaging here because I've just been using it so much. I'm not as impressed with the Beauty Blender as I'd like to be, as I would have hoped to be. It feels like it's very drying when I use it dry, and it's like it works nice when you have to wet it, but I feel like for a makeup tool I should be able to use it dry because I can use the Real Techniques ones dry just fine. So what I typically like to do, instead of spraying the brush where I feel like it gets too damp, or the sponge, I prefer to spray my face and then go in with my foundation on my sponge, whereas I can't do that with this. Though it works great, I wouldn't say it's worth paying full price for this, but probably went a little bit overboard. There were a few things that I did end up having to skip out on, but that's okay, because quite honestly this was quite the haul. I don't normally do my hauls this big. I usually buy little bits and pieces here and there, but I'm like, you know what, it's the 21 days of beauty. I might as well get a couple things that I have my eye on while I can. So I have nothing here that I'm necessarily disliking, just stuff I'm not sure about just yet, but nothing I definitely don't hate. And a few, again, like the Jacqueline, like the bronzer duo from Jacqueline, and even the highlighter quickly become favorites, as well as the Ofra liquid lipsticks and the Persona Identity palette. They are so, I feel like are gonna really become favorites. And even this one here, it's stunning. So with that, any of these products that you would like to see in action, feel free to let me know. I will gladly show them in action on my face. If you're not sure whether or not to get them, nothing here's a new release, but that's kind of par for the course. I was surprised to see Jacqueline in the Ultimate 21 days, or in the beauty sale. The Ultimate, I mean, I guess that's like a long name for Ulta. I really don't know. Don't quote me on that. But anyway, I was a little bit surprised to see them in it because they are such a new brand. I believe she officially relaunched last year. And with that, thank you for watching this video. I would love it if you would hit that subscribe button. I do videos focusing on beauty and lifestyle. I will see you in the next video. God bless, and bye guys.